And we're back from our brief technical difficulties. We got Jacksonville Jaguars and Philadelphia -6.5. Philadelphia -6.5 at home versus the Jacksonville Jaguars. How do you guys feel about this game?
I'm not a part of this. I'm not a part of this. Where'd you get those glasses, brother? I want to get them. Hold up. Continue, Sergio. I'm sorry. It's any worse.
I'm 3 for 3, man. I'm 3 for 3. They cut out my Chargers pick, and then Jaguars twice.
I think
But
Blake doing it on purpose, low key.
You
He
see,
doesn't
my
want
hands are
Pretending
right
like
here. My
he
hands
doesn't
are
want me
right
to
here,
toes
bro.
up too.
on the Jaguars,
Put them
man.
toes up.
It's okay, man.
All right.
Trevor Lawrence, he's gonna take those guys out there and show everybody that the Eagles are not real. You were talking about one of the 3-0 teams. Not.
What's so funny?
Bro, finish this shit tomorrow.
Huh?
Nothing.
Oh man.
Bro, can't be serious for nothing. Look at Blake's dumbass face too. You don't know what's going on.
Andy, what the fuck is on your head, bro?
Bro, it's a fucking plant, man. I'm trying to grow fucking ideas and shit, bro.
You a weed head, bro. You a weed head.
Oh
Fuck you,
man.
Stephen A.
I had to put my shades on. My eyes are red, bro. But
Stay
Why
off
are his
the
eyes like his
weed.
like this?
yeah,
That shit really stick on. That's
one of
crazy.
these 3-0 teams is gonna have to lose this week. That's just the law, okay? And it's not gonna be Miami. So that just leaves us with the Eagles. The Eagles have beat 3 teams, okay? They beat the Lions, who are okay. They beat Washington, who is okay. And they beat Minnesota, who like I mentioned earlier, the Vikings. We still don't know what kind of team they are because they've shown that they can be really good, and they've also come up pretty short at times. So we don't really know what the Vikings are. So while the Eagles are 3-0, I think they're a little bit overhyped. I think a lot of bettors are looking at Jalen Hurts, and he's looking good out there. He's running around looking solid, receivers are looking sexy out there. So I think a lot of money is going on the Eagles, and that's the reason why the spread is so large. So just take the Jags.
Tell me more. It's growing.
Just take the Jaguars. That's it.
Taking the
That's all I got.
Jaguars.
You know what? I'm with you, brother. I'm with you the whole 9 yards. I think there's something fishy about this line. Why did it open up at 7? Why is it 6.5? Why? Think about it.
Why would they do that?
Why? This sounds not right. But I feel like, honestly, these two teams are almost like equal. Like it should be a 3-point, maybe 4-point spread, maybe 4.5, but 6.5. They both got destructive D lines who can get after the quarterback and put you under pressure. They both got really good O lines. That's one thing the Jags have improved on. Really good O lines. They both got creative play callers and good head coaches. They both got quarterbacks who we still have questions about, but in their second year, have talent, have mobility. Trevor Lawrence got a better arm, but Hurts is a better runner, more dynamic in that way. Defensively, I think the Eagles are a little bit better. I will give them the nod there. That's why I think the extra point could go to them for the back end. But run game, both got an elite run game or near elite run game. I think this is almost should be like a 4-point spread. So I'm just going to take the value. I did take Jags money line in some places too because I can see them winning this game. I think they're on a tear. I think they're still undervalued because people are still looking at them like Jacksonville. I do think the Eagles are overhyped. I think the key is going to be if Jags can get pressure on Jalen Hurts, they're going to turn him back to what he was last year. I'm not a Jalen Hurts believer yet. I think he's had a clean-ass pocket. He's barely had any pressure in his face. He's made, like last week, he had some toss-up throws where he just tossed it up, and his guys came down with it. That could go the other way this week. So I think they're going to really test him this week, and if they both get tested, I believe in T-Law, Trevor Lawrence a little more. He's more of a natural quarterback, and he's used to getting pressure in his face. Hurts is not. We've seen him regress, so I'm curious to see what happens.
Very disappointing to not see you support a fellow black quarterback. Shame on you.
Hey, T-Law, he might as well be black, bro. He might as well be.
Hey, what's interesting is that you guys haven't brought up the one thing, Doug Peterson revenge game. Doug Peterson knows this squad. He coached Jalen Hurts as a rookie. He knows a bunch of them boys on the Philly side. I think he can game plan around up and down, left and right around these boys. So I could see why you would check Jacksonville. But out of the 2 3-0 teams that are left, I think Eagles have that real pedigree. And I want to continue to ride the Eagles' momentum, even though it's probably going to bite me in the ass. Honestly, Jacksonville is just a team you don't want to bet against. It's just – at this point, it's scary. I'd likely stay away from this one, but if I had to choose, I would choose the Eagles probably at -4.5. Tease down a couple points.
-4.5. No. You can't do that. That's too many points. We'll give you
like 2 points.
You got to choose on the spread.
What you mean?
-4.5. That's not even any value anymore. Do not tease a team 2 points unless you're doing a big ass.
You can get -4.5 at -150. It's better than the money line at -290.
Bro, I feel like if we're advising people to pick, we need to pretend like it's a straight up game. Eagles at I don't know. All right, that's you. You can get -4.5 at 150.
I mean, to be honest with y'all, I'm not even gonna take this. So don't even listen to me on this one.
I just thought you were doing some head shit with the 2 points. You gotta pick a side, brother.
Well, I feel like you're buying the 2 points just because we've talked about it before, where generally Vegas gets it very closely right, like 1 or 2 points above, below, or right on the money. So sometimes people do have a rule of thumb of like no matter what spread they're taking, they're always buying 1 point or 2 points, no matter where the line is at. Even if it's like 2.5, they'll just take money line, or if it's here 6.5. To me, I agree. I'm not a type of bettor who would ever buy 2 points from 6.5 to 4.5 because I don't think there's much difference in value there from losing by 5 points or 7 points. That's just not how the numbers usually work.
Yeah.
But if Vegas is projecting it to be 6-7 points and you feel a little bit more comfortable for a team covering 5, if that's like your rule of thumb, then do it consistently. Don't just pick and choose randomly, because that's not going to get you anywhere over time. But if that's something you do consistently, I could definitely see some value there. But you're leaving a lot of.
I definitely I'm fine with him teasing it in real life, but for the sake of this pick, don't be doing I'm gonna take those -2.5. Like what? Come on.
For the sake of this pick, I'm taking.
We'll give you a full point to tease on the picks, a full point.
No.
And that's mostly for like a 3-point line or 4-point line. Goodness mother.
Eagles -6.5.
Eagles -6.
All right, we're moving on to Cleveland Browns at Atlanta Falcons. Atlanta Falcons are 1.5-point underdogs at home against the Cleveland Browns. How do we feel about this, gentlemen?
Salud. I think I'm gonna go with the Browns here. Extra rest. They got that. They came off that Thursday night game. Extra rest. There is a question of Myles Garrett being healthy, so we got to see if the boy can strap up.
He was driving like Andy.
Say what?
Myles Garrett was driving like Andy.
What's your Addy, bro? Where you living? Let's get the background up again. Let's get that background up again, brother. Where's Drea?
Oh,
I'm
man.
texting right now to slap you.
He's living in a
Oh,
laundromat.
man.
But he has that back.
Mercy.
Oh, man.
But yeah, Miles Garrett was driving like me, you know. I might have had some Falcons futures that I need to cash on. I told him to take the route I take. But yeah, the Browns off the extra rest. Neither team has a good defense. Neither team can really stop each other. I'm going to take the team with a little more of a reliable formula, and which is the Browns. I think -1.5. Vegas is basically saying that the Browns are better, but they're on the road. So I'm going to take the Browns and hope Jacoby Brissett doesn't bite me in the ass. I think the other main thing, too, is the Falcons have been 3-0 covering the spread. And any team that's 3-0 covering the spread in week 4, I think their return for you is like 37%. Because people kind of see the week 3 and they're like, okay, I want to bet on that team. Vegas knows it's going to happen. So they kind of just adjust the spread a little bit. Maybe this was week 2, it would be Browns -3. That's what I expect it to be. So I'm going to take the value on the points. I expect the Browns to win, so I'm just going to take the 1.5. Ideally, I would take the money line there, but yeah, I'm going to side with the Browns at that price.
I like that.
Yeah, I totally agree with everything you said. I think the Browns do have a formidable, running game on the ground. And yeah, like you said, Falcons covering three weeks in a row. That statistic is out. Bettors know that statistic, and now that'll lead people to think like, okay, they're good at covering. Okay, they can't win games, but they'll cover at least. So then they'll feel more comfortable putting money on Falcons to cover. That kind of shifts the spread a little bit, the way Vegas creates it, in my opinion. But I think the law of averages here tells you that Falcons will not cover 4 times in a row. So let's take the Browns right here.
Yep. Hashtag they do.
They do.
Yeah, to be honest, I think I've hit on Atlanta every single game this weekend or this year. I mean, they've been part of unsuccessful parlays, but they've come through for me more or less for every week this year. So I do strongly believe in the law of averages, and so I probably would fade them covering the spread for a 4th consecutive week. So yeah, I echo your sentiments, both of you guys.
And sometimes for people watching, gambling is that simple. Like sometimes you forget about the teams and you play the market. The market, like if you're watching stocks and everybody's dumping money into one stock, don't come in late. That's when it's gonna start leveling out or going down. Start thinking about the next stock that's undervalued, or start thinking about selling. So we're selling the Falcons. We don't think they're a bad team. I've loved the Falcons since preseason. We'll be back on them soon, but I think the market's going to catch up with them at this point.
Yeah, that's definitely something I need to get better at, and I'm working on. So